What's a secret you won't share with anyone in person, but you are willing to share anonymously? There is a snake that lives in the wall along the stairs leading to my basement. He has his area, and I have mine, and we respect each other's space. Ate a huge sub at Subway. On my way out I let out a massive fart. I then drove to a gas station. I got out of my car and some old lady quickly parks her car behind me and angrily slams her car door, comes up to my face and starts screaming, "Just who do you think you are? Farting in my face like that? You're lucky I didn't call the cops on you." She writes down my license plate number and drives off fast. I stood there confused for like 5 minutes. I never told this to anyone. The first time I did acid I was by myself and ended up masturbating into an old mostly empty chocolate whey protein tub. I also pissed in it afterwards because I was too afraid to walk downstairs to the bathroom, tripping as hard as I was. I also forgot about it in my closet for a year and rediscovered it totally unaware of what was inside, and I opened and smelled the contents. Worst smell you can possibly imagine. I thought I learned how to tie my shoes when my mom showed me in pre-K, and I went around telling everyone I knew how to tie my shoes. The next time I tried to tie them though, it turned out I forgot how, but I was too embarrassed to ask for help. I didn't learn how to tie my shoes until I was 18 or 19. I don't really want to be with my girlfriend romantically, but she's my best friend, and I don't want to lose her from my life, so I won't break it off. The reason my cousin is mentally handicapped. We are the same age, and when we were 7 our grandpa bought dirt bikes for us. Well, we decided to make our own trail in the woods. Took the entire summer. I put this tree branch purposely at roughly head level, just so he could duck under it, and it would look awesome. The branch was heavy, but I was able to sit it conveniently between 2 trees. He was more brave than me, so he went first. Being dumb kids, we didn't wear helmets. I yelled for him to duck, but he didn't and hit his head on the branch, got knocked backwards and hit his head again straight into the ground. I told everyone it was an accident. Grandpa sold the dirt bikes. I didn't see my cousin a whole lot after that. That was nearly 25 years ago. I see him every Christmas, and it's always the same. In a wheelchair, being spoon-fed by his mom. He can't speak, he likes to draw funny shapes. He most likely doesn't remember the incident, and I don't know if he remembers me, but that's what haunts me. When I was younger I pooped in a water slide and saw my poop floating the entire day in the pool on the end of the slide. I want to murder my daughter's childhood rapist. It was her mother's boyfriend, and it happened when she was 10. I found out about this only after many years. My daughter knows that I know, but she refuses to talk about it and will not bring charges against him. Maybe out of fear, or she is moving past it. I don't know. Only the daunting specter of a life sentence in prison stops me from hunting him down and killing the pose. If I magically got a pass from the police, 10/10 he is 6 feet under. I revealed to a Reddit friend fact I'm a closet schizophrenic who has had daily conversations for 40 years with my daughter who passed away as an infant. I cannot tell you how liberating it was to finally share something that I couldn't even reveal to my therapist. Now that I'm Reddit outed, I've shared the news with my husband, best friend, and therapist. What did I learn? That they suspected my condition all along and are unconditionally supportive. I was 16 and very curious about sex. Surprise, thanks to all of the pronoun in the ottoman at the foot of my parents' bed. So decided one evening that it was time for third base with the boyfriend. Only I was a natural redhead and all the ladies in the magazines had black pubic hair twice the ages, so I thought I was abnormal. Cut a long story short, I dabbed on black shoe polish before meeting him. Fortunately he was too nervous to go anywhere near the polished area, so he never did find out. Neither has anyone else until now. Leukemia. CLL. Slowest growing form of leukemia, and there's no treatment other than stem cell, and hopefully I won't need that anytime soon. Not even 40 yet. I don't look sick. Even my own family doesn't believe me, so why would anyone else? I guess you need to be frail, pale, skinny and bald to have cancer. Right? Throwaway. When I was a little girl 3 or 4 I had a friend who came over to my house to play. She liked for the two of us to play in the doghouse in the backyard, where she would try to get me to play a game that she said her dad played with her. The game involved touching each other in ways an adult should never touch a child. My mom thought it was weird that the girl always wanted to play in the doghouse with me, and so got rid of the doghouse pretty quickly. I didn't understand what the game meant then, and it took 2 decades for me to realize just what it meant. It was like lightning just struck me one day and I suddenly remembered the incident and understood what it meant. That little girl was abused by her dad, and I can't even remember her name. I still haven't gotten the courage to ask my mom if she remembers the girl. I've never tried to find her. I have never told anybody, and I'm ashamed of my cowardice. Update. Thank you all for your support, kind words, and encouragement. I spoke with my mom about everything tonight, and she remembers the little girl. I know her name and am going to try and find her. My ex-wife ducked her sister's husband on New Year's Eve 1998. Edit. The 4 of us know. That is it. The sisters sort of made up. My ex told me that it was grape. I don't know what to believe. I'm just glad that I'm divorced from that family and the drama. I have the most amazing girlfriend now. We talk, we communicate very well. It is a mature adult relationship. Good riddance to their bullshit. I have so many stories. My ex still would punish her and my kids by not letting them play together age 6 when she was mad at her sister. I have waited outside in the street while my ex still is inside talking to her husband about their daughter, and when their car alarm goes off and people come running out the house, I'm to protect the daughter by controlling my ex bill. Crazy shit. I fart in my co-worker's small office all the time. We're friends and all, so it's nothing malicious. I know when he leaves, and usually how long he's going to be gone, so I'll hold my farts, and when he leaves I'll walk into his office and air out. It's honestly hilarious. He will sometimes comment about it. He thinks that it's because he shares a vent with the bathroom 2 doors down the hall. He doesn't, but the office between his and the bathroom never stinks, so there goes his theory. Sometimes he'll go let one off, then like 10 minutes later get an I'm like, dude, this ducking office man. It ducking reeks in here. I don't think they've changed the carpets in years. This is ducking nuts. Meanwhile I'm holding my sides in laughter. The only thing that stopped me from suicide is the reminder that my student loans would just pass to my parents if I did, and I don't want to inflict my bills on them or my little bro. Wow, I wasn't expecting this kind of reaction. Just wanted to share. Thank you all so much. When I was about 9, I went over to neighbor's house. I would usually go hang out with my adult neighbors because they would let me watch TV and give me snacks in exchange for helping them, with the intention of seeing if I could play with the foster puppies she had. Well, she wasn't there, but her door was unlocked, and I just went in and played with the puppies. When I walked out of the house, she was coming down the driveway. There was a bunch of stuff in front of her door blocking it from view from the driveway. I just pretending like I had been waiting for a minute, and we walked in, and I got to play with the puppies again. I had a baby when I was 15, and he was adopted. Close to adoption. Most painful thing I've ever gone through. He turns 18 in a few months, and if he so chooses, he can find me. I'm married and have kids now, and my kids have no idea he exists. I really want to meet him, but I'm terrified he's got mental disorders like his biological father, who is now in prison for murder. The reason my friend wrecked and totaled my 4-wheeler was not because he ducked up. It was because I flipped it a week earlier and had not completely fixed the steering. In my defense, this friend was an asshole, and he never once asked to use my 4-wheeler. Still, someone could have seriously been hurt. My friend from work, who is the happiest and most positive person I've ever met, is the only reason I haven't killed myself yet. I cannot and will not ever tell her that. My fiance is the only person I actually enjoy being around. I don't really say that out loud because it puts unfair pressure on her and exposes my antisocial tendencies. I wasn't always this way. It kind of happened over the past 6 or 7 years after a deep depression and struggle with drugs. I've been happy and drug free for several years, but I haven't been the same. When I make myself hang out with friends, I generally sit there thinking about how long I should stay before I can duck out and go home without looking like an asshole. It's hard for me to have conversations with people because I just think things like, when are they going to leave me alone, or when can I leave? I'm pretty good at hiding it and have several people who consider me to be their friends, but I secretly get no enjoyment out of those relationships. I'm not sure why my fiance is different, but it makes me very afraid of losing her. I'm almost positive I won't find anyone else that I will be able to love like I do her. There have been a few months here and there in the past where we split up, and I went out on dates with several other women. Some of them were very pretty and very nice, but I absolutely hated the entire process and never followed through on subsequent dates. I wish I could change that about myself, but I don't know how. I've posted this on a different sub, but my wife thinks I go to work 30 minutes early because of my military training. In reality, I get there early to watch a rerun of Dog the Bounty Hunter with the boys. One time my wife and I got really drunk. The scallops she ate weren't sitting well, so she went to sit on the floor of a hot shower. I join her, and we are just sitting there hugging, and she suddenly pukes all over me. Not too bad as we are in the shower anyway. A little later she has to pee, and since neither of us want to move, I tell her to just go. So she does, on me. I'm deeply afraid of death. I'll remember that I will die someday and have a panic attack. It's been happening on and off since I was a child, and the first ones were around Christmas, so I now hate it. No one but my close friends know, and it sucks because everyone I talk to a therapist about it, they write it off as something else, like being afraid of growing up. Dude, no, I just told you, it's death. Now that I'm single, I'm finding these panics harder to manage. I don't know what to do. Edit. Holy hell. I'm thankful for all of the people who took the time to comment on this. If any of you want to talk, shoot me a PM. There's obviously more people that feel this way than I thought, and sometimes it helps to talk. I have told my husband, and my mom knows, but nobody else. When I was 7, I pooped the bed in the middle of the night. Just like a perfect log in my underwear. I was scared of getting in trouble, so I threw my underwear and sheet behind the dresser in my bedroom and promptly forgot I did that. My mom found it 2 weeks later. Edit. I'm not sure how proud I'm for getting gold for my golden log. I'll take it. I'm honestly incredibly lonely, and I have been 4 years since high school. I joined the military. I'm going to school in a different state, and I've joined several clubs. Despite all of this, I have no friends here or back home, and everyone I know thinks I have a lot. Also, I regularly have threesomes with a woman and her husband who are 20+ years older than I am.